hit it in the back and just make that clap. Oh, my bad, my bad.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Jay McLevin. How's it going, Jay?
Hey, everything is going well. Everything is going well, man. Honestly, I told you the last time I was very, very sad because both the Stars and Astros lost, and I was depressed. But last night, the Stars got the win decisively, and the Astros got the win. So I was a little bit happier. I didn't have to listen to Mickey Delaney killing me in the DMs and then on Facebook. So it was a quiet day, but a fun day. And I thank you for letting me be here.
Also joined by Frankie Lake Show. What's up, Frankie?
What's going on, guys? Chilling like a villain. It's beautiful Wednesday over here in New York. It's sunny. I feel like I'm in LA in the West Coast side. It's a good day. It's a good day.
Go Lakers. And I would never say that, but I am supporting my boy, so I'm going to say it. Go Lakers. Even though I don't really think they need it, Frankie. I think you guys got it. I know you don't want me to say that, but I really feel like you guys got it. They're going to handle it. They're going to close it out. Oh, are they in Golden State? Correct me if I'm wrong. Because that was one going back and forth, right?
Yeah, we're in Golden State tonight.
Okay. That's right. I forgot that format's 2-2. Okay. Well, I don't care. You guys are going to take it. I said it. I believe it. It's going to happen.
Speaking of NBA, what do you think of last night's games? Both of them kind of were blowouts. 76 which took it to the Celtics. Well, the Celtics in trouble. I know the series is only 2-2 now, but you think Philadelphia can pull this off?
Well, based off last night, I think I told you if Harden shows up and they show up, the Sixers can't give the Celtics a hard time. And you saw it last night. Honestly, I know I was talking to Frankie about it. I was like, these Sixers are just killing them. And I felt at one point I was like, mercy. Isn't there like a mercy rule or a mercy flag you could throw in? I felt like they should have had it. Frankie, I tell you, man, I really believe that if they could continue this showing up, Embiid, Maxey, Harden, if these guys continue to show up, I don't know that the Celtics have enough, man.
Yeah, it was a really interesting game last night, and I really did like it. It was a blowout. Joel Embiid showed up, and as he has been the last couple of games, and I'm glad that he's showing up because the one game he didn't show up, everybody was ready to crucify him. Jay, you're one of them.
I told you
that was ready to crucify this man, and he came around, he turned it around, and he's showing you guys why he was voted MVP for a reason. I feel like I was the only one standing behind Embiid, and it was like everybody versus me because I'm protecting this guy. But now he's showing up on why he's MVP, and I'm just glad that he's finally showing up. I'm not gonna give too much credit to James Harden last night. He didn't have he scored the points that he needed to score. He didn't score exactly what I wanted him to score, but he got them a little over the hump. The one guy that you got to give it up to is Maxey. That man showed up last night. Where has this dude been? Normally it's been an Embiid or James Harden or even both of them, but last night was straight Maxey. Maxey went insane last night from the 3-point.
Frankie, real quick, I just gotta say that I watched Shaq when they were talking about Embiid and they were talking about Joker, they were talking about MVP, and even Shaq said that MVP was Joker's, and they only gave it to Embiid because they didn't want him to have it 3 years in a row straight. That he did not deserve that award. Hell no. He played good, but hell no. Did you see what Joker did the other night? 53 and that triple-double that he just had not too long. I mean, this guy's blowing it up. He's doing what an MVP is doing. I don't want to tell you about Embiid. No, I am going to tell you what Embiid. He didn't deserve that damn award. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. Everybody.
I think the Celtics are going to have to start. They're going to have to really step up. I don't know if it's if the coaching changes, if they're missing Udoka. They don't look like the same team as they did last year in the playoffs at all. And now you got the series tied 2-2. Next game is game 5 in Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say go back to Philly.
Yeah.
They're going back to Philly 2-2. If Philly can win this game, feeling real good. I think.
No, they're going back to Philly. They're going back to Philly 3-2, Chris.
Is it 3-2?
Yeah, they're 3-2. They were just tied 2-2.
Yeah, it was tied. So, but they are going to Philly though,
Right.
correct?
Yeah, they're going back to Philly.
And I misspoke. I actually thought Harden. It was hard. So Harden still had a good. I mean, 4 of 8, 50% shooting. But I do think they're going to need more from Harden. And Frankie, let me ask you, man, can we get a consistent 20+ points a night from Harden in the playoffs, or is it just up and down with this guy?
I think it's up and down. And I don't. It's not just James Harden, Jay. It's everybody. I feel like every certain body in all these teams have an up and down, turnaround. I mean, look at Phoenix, right? You had Devin Booker and Kevin Durant giving you like 30, 40 points a game. Where were they last night? They didn't show up last night. You have Anthony Davis with the Lakers, who shows up every other game, to where recently he just, he finally just had back-to-back games going over 20 points. With the Celtics, you got sometimes Jason Tatum, who's dominant on the court, but then one game he's just not showing up. It's everywhere. Like the New York Knicks, Jalen Brunson. We like talking about Jalen Brunson, but now as a couple of games with Jimmy Butler being back, Jalen Brunson has not been talked about because he's disappeared. So it's happening with every team. I don't want to just put it on James Harden. I do want to see him get multiple 20-point games, or even 30-point games. But when you have a person around you besides Joel Embiid and James Harden and just showing up and doing what he's got to do, but you got Maxey going over on the 3-point line, going insane, scoring you 30 points a game. You could sit back and chill and then just focus on your next game and try and do what you got to do in the next game.
Yeah,
I don't know. I thought. I'm sorry, Chris. You were gonna say
even with the 76ers, there's been a couple games where Embiid has had an off night. So
Yep.
you've seen a lot of guys that so I think 76ers, if they don't close out at home, I think they closed out in Boston. I don't see the Celtics beating them 2 games in a row the way this series has been going.
I just think, Frankie, I know how much you hate. You hate KD. I know how much you hate this dude. But you got to admit, this dude has showed up, man. He gave you 26, 11, and 7, almost a triple-double, man. He's been averaging 20+ every damn game. Harden, I mean, he showed up. He just isn't enough. Just having him isn't enough. Not when your bench is giving you bupkis almost for points. I mean, like they literally have no bench. But going back to Harden, I understand everybody has off nights. Everybody's going to have off nights. Nobody can be perfect 24/7. But my issue with Harden is, and everybody knows this, is he is consistently inconsistent. I mean, he disappears in the playoffs. Hell, just go look at, with the exception of that one series that Chris Paul got hurt in, every other series before that, Harden always disappears. I don't know what it is about him, but he always disappears. And he disappeared last night. I mean, luckily they got the win, but 4 of 8 for, 12 points, 10 points, whatever it was. I mean, that's disappearing. And I just think he has a reputation for that. Whereas all the other guys that y'all mentioned, every once in a while they're going to have those offense. But Harden is just known for that. That's almost like a damn moniker or a namesake for him.
Yeah, but I just think people pay a little more attention to it on Harden because he hasn't been able to get that championship.
But hell, you can't get a championship if you're disappearing, Chris.
Well,
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I will say this: that whole Brooklyn thing, though, that wasn't his fault. That whole team was just in shambles. The whole damn time was always in shambles. So the only really thing you can look at in terms of Harden is what he's done in Philly and what he's done in Houston. And I don't want to say that he didn't do something for Houston because, quite honestly, he got us to the point where we almost beat, the Golden State Warriors. I think we would have had Chris Paul not gotten injured and gone down. I think we would have beat them. Now, I don't know if we would have won the finals, but I do think we would have got at least to the finals with him that one year. So I don't want to take all of it away from him, but Jesus.
The Nuggets and Suns last night, and the Nuggets dominated three quarters of that game. They let the Suns get back in the second quarter, but then after that, came out in the third quarter and just shut it down again. And even in I mean, they controlled that game basically the whole game. And problem with the Suns is the way they're constructed. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker have to combine for 75, 80 points for them to have a chance to win these games. And last night they combined for 56, 57 points. Both of them had 25, 26 points, 27, 28. I think the other one, they need one of them guys to have 40 something, another guy to have 30, or because they just don't have enough scoring from anybody else, especially if DeAndre Ayton's going to disappear like he did and not give you anything. I think the Nuggets win this series.
Yeah, they need another big game off the bench from Shamet. like they had the other night when Shamet went off, for those 3-pointers. If they can get another big game out of Shamet off the bench, they might be able to pull out another win. But they need that. They need somebody off the bench to help out, with those starters when they come out for rest. And I think Shamet, is that kind of guy that can do it, but he's going to have to get hot.
And another thing, for the Suns to win this series, they're going to have to win a game in Denver. And Denver,
yeah, they are.
Denver has beat them by double digits all 3 home games in this series so far.
Yeah, what a time to be alive, boy.
Well, there is a turnaround point. Chris Paul should be back. Chris Paul should be back for Game 6. He was out for Game 3, 4, and 5. We still haven't gotten word on him being, him coming back just yet. But it should be clear that this man is going to be playing next game. He has to.
I think Frankie
lost. Yeah, went 2-1 without him.
I think Frankie said it best though in the chat because I was talking with him about it when Joker was doing his interview. I couldn't understand a damn thing that man was saying. It sounded like a bunch of mumbled up shit.
He sounds like Mutombo. He's like, I couldn't understand him either. Like, they're asking him questions, and then Shaq is going out, and he's like asking him a question also. And I'm like, do you guys not hear what he said? Like, I don't even know what the hell he answered to. And
I wonder if Shaq even understood what he was saying, or if he was just giving him like that. Okay, I don't know what he's saying, but I'm going to keep laughing like I do know what he's saying.
Like, I'm literally, guys, raising up my TV because I didn't know if it was like the audio or if we just couldn't hear him because the fan base was behind him was going too wild. But it started to clear up, and it got empty in that arena while he was still talking. I still couldn't hear him. And my volume is at like 42 at this point. I still couldn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do because he doesn't really know how to pronunciate his words. So it all just sounds like one big long sound until it's done. Yeah, I was cracking up. And when Frankie said that, because I was thinking the same thing, because when he's talking, I'm like, man, I know this man is talking, and I'm pretty sure he's speaking English. But I cannot, for the life of me, understand a damn thing he's saying. And then I see Frankie pop up in the group chat. I can't understand a damn thing he's saying. I'm like, yeah, me neither. It's been heavy rolling.
And then tonight, you have Heat and Knicks, first game tonight. Did Heat close it out tonight in New York?
Oh, gosh.
I'm ready to send you guys pictures tonight to flip cars, people getting arrested. I'm ready.
Hey, there's going to be a big warning come across Frankie's TV. If you don't have to go outside, don't go outside. Stay indoors.
That purge alarm is literally about to go off.
Literally. Like, people could be purging.
It's going to go insane tonight. That's right there clearly telling me, like, I think the New York Knicks are done. I feel like going into tonight, they're 0-14 all-time going into when they're in a series down 3-1 compared to Miami where they're like 14-0 or something like that. It's totally opposite. I think Miami literally are riding on that train where they want to get these guys out of there. And now having to see the Sixers and Celtics, having to go one more game, you get a little bit of rest. You get a little bit of rest if you can close out tonight, and I feel like that's what Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler are ready to do. Also, I'm hearing not from Stat Guy, but also around the league that supposedly Tyler Hero is going to be coming back soon. I don't know if they can close it out tonight. I hear he's going to be back next series, but I'm hearing that he's going to be back soon. I don't know if it's going to be either in this series, if the Knicks could somehow, some way, magically force a Game 7. But if they can close it out tonight, we can definitely expect Tyler Hero coming back in the next series because they'll have a little bit of more rest as they wait to see against the 76ers and Celtics. Because I think that game and the Suns and Nuggets game, I think those two games are going to 7. I really do.
I hope the Nuggets can wrap up Phoenix sooner than 7, just so Jay can finally have peace and go on to something else. But yeah, Miami though, man, that momentum is a hell of a drug, man. And Miami's got all the momentum right now. They really have all of the momentum, and they can play loose because they're not stressed out, so they can play loose. And I'll tell you, Randall's got to show up. I know RJ Barrett will show up. I have no doubt. I know Brunson's going to show up, no doubt. But Barrett's got to show up. And then the rest of that, and then that bench has got to do something more than what they gave them last go around. Because last go around, they were totally dominated from every aspect of the game. And that bench was horrible to the point where they were outscored, I think, by 15 points on the bench alone. So, yeah, it's going to take an all-hands-on-deck effort for New York to even get this game. But I think that Miami are going to end it on this next game. And I think it's going to be done. And they're going to go on to play whoever wins out of the Sixers Celtics.
Yeah, I think Miami. Oh, go ahead, Frankie.
No, go ahead.
I think Miami was going to close it out tonight. But for the Knicks to have a chance to extend this series to Game 6, they need Josh Hart to have a big game tonight.
Yes. Thank you, my brother. You literally was thinking it in my head. That's why I'm like, I feel like he's going to say what I'm about to say. Thank you, Chris. Go ahead. Finish saying what you got to say about that, mother.
Well, if you watch Knicks in the playoffs, the games Josh Hart has a good game, the Knicks look unbelievable. But when he struggles, they struggle, especially when Julius Randle has missed some games with his injuries. But they need Randle to have he had 20 last game. They need him to at least do that or more. But they need him to be more present on the defensive side and rebounding. They need Josh Hart to get going, because when he gets going, he don't only just get going on one side of the ball. If he's playing well offensively, he gets even better on the defensive end.
I'm so glad he said that. I really am, because like he took everything out of my mouth that I was literally gonna say, because I was gonna say, Jay, you're right, and I'm glad you threw in Julius Randle trying to show up and everything. You need him to show up, but the main person that's my concern that needs to show up is Josh Hart. This is a man.
Yeah,
absolutely. The New York Knicks made a trade to get Josh Hart. Josh Hart came into the New York organization and he looked like a stud towards the end of this regular season into the first series of the Cleveland Cavaliers. This man balled out and looked like a stud. And like Chris said, if he couldn't do it offensively, he was doing it defensively. Like, it doesn't matter if you're not there offensively. If you're having a rough night offensively, you can have a better night defensively. That's how you can help your team out as well. So I'm glad that Chris said that, because that's the one person that comes to mind with the New York Knicks needing to be turned around. It's Josh Hart. They need Josh Hart of the first series in the playoffs against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's what they need. They need him to come back. And I tell you what, if you go two quarters before halftime, if halftime starts and Josh Hart is not at 10 points or at least 15, the New York Knicks are losing. They're going to be losing.
He only had 4 points total last game.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, I said 10 first, but just because they got their backs against the wall, I feel like he can do it. So I'll give him 15. Yeah. I'll give him 15, but he needs to show up tonight.
Yeah, because he was the difference maker, like Frankie said, in that Cleveland series. What's up, Rob?
What's happening?
You tell me, Golden State.
In 7.
You tell me, man. Hey, your backs are against the wall, baby.
Hey, against the wall, but guess what? That's when that's when the animal is its most dangerous.
What animals you talking about? What animals you talking about? There's
Come
only
on,
one animal I see. There's only no. Don't you do it? Don't you do it? Because I was being polite yesterday to you. I ain't want to
let's
say nothing. I ain't want to
let's
say
do it,
nothing.
Frankie.
You come in here with this caca. What animals you see on Golden State? Hold on. You said Warriors in 7. You said Warriors in 7.
No,
I
we
say
don't say
Warriors.
7.
I
We
say
don't say
Warriors
7.
losing. I say Warriors losing 7 hours.
Hey, we don't say 7. It's Warriors in 7. Let me give you that down south field. Warriors in 7.
But I want to know who how the. Listen, it's mind blowing that you just said that. What goddamn animal you see on the Warriors besides Steph Curry? Thank
That's
you
all.
for the
That's all the
silence.
animal. That's all the animal you need.
Oh, no.
What is it?
Rob, with all due respect, no. That man gave you a triple-double, and he still couldn't get the win.
That's because
Come on, you need more than that. You know that.
that's because
Curry
Jordan
pooped
Poole
the bed.
turned into
Let's be honest
Jordan
with you.
Poodle.
Bro, they all pooped the bed. Curry pooped the bed. Poole pooped the bed. Who didn't poop other than Curry?
I was gonna say Curry didn't poop the bed.
Curry did poop
I
the
said
bed.
other than Curry. Who didn't? Who
It's
Curry was
okay.
the only one that showed up.
He's having a stutter aneurysm over there.
I'm just saying, look, Curry's amazing. There's literally nothing more that man can do. He's got to have everybody else help him out.
It's all good.
You need to go out there and be the glove like your daddy.
Jay,
Green, Looney, Mooney, y'all need to show up. Control the paint.
The Lakers better pray Anthony Davis show up.
Whoa.
Well, hell, they're 3-1. Even if he took the night off, he still gives them 3-2.
I was asking for it. I'm gonna put my Lakers on real quick. Hold up. Matter of fact, no, it's too early. It's too early for that. It's hot.
Hey, is Frankie 2 Chainz about to come on? If Frankie 2 Chainz is coming on.
Listen, Rob, you are insane. Anthony Davis needs to show up. What the hell?
Sometimes he feels like his job is done. He quit work early.
Rob, that's not true. You know what happened was Rob has been in the gym, perplexing his body to the fullest for so long that he forgot to watch basketball.
If you look at it, offensively, he's been like every other game. But I'll give him credit when he hasn't been there offensively. He's still been performing defensively.
Nah, I get AD that. I get AD that. Like that's one of the problems with the Warriors right now. And I think they found the recipe to win in the second quarter of the last game. And that's when you start putting Anthony Davis in those pick and rolls and you can get him away from the rim. That's going to be their best bet because right now, just as is, nobody wants to come to the paint with that boy down there.
No.
Oh my God.
Hey, Frankie.
You guys did win the second quarter. You did win the second quarter, but we won the whole game.
Barely.
And guess what? After tonight, we're gonna win the entire series, baby.
Wait. Barely or not. A win is a win, Rob. A win is still a win in the win column. You can't just say barely because they beat you. They beat you.
Hold on. Who missed the game tying 3-point again? It wasn't Jordan Poole and it wasn't Klay Thompson. Who was it?
Ooh, I didn't want to go there, but
hold on. The game ended on a jump ball, and who caught it and then threw it out of bounds with nobody behind him? Who did that again? Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Lakers in 5.
Keep talking.
I'm walking away. I'm gonna keep talking. You wanna know why? Because I'm
keep
up
talking.
3-1. You sitting there quiet
because
you know.
Right.
You know, Rob. You
know. This feels very
No,
similar to when we played OKC. And we were down 3-1.
No, you have a different change in your attitude tone. He has a different change in his attitude tone. Because when this series started, Rob was a whole different person. Then the first game goes to the Lakers. All I say is 1 down, 3 to go. That's all I said. Game 2 came. Rob came back with me. That's 1 down. Series tied. It was cool, you know. Yeah, you're right. Game 3 came around. It was still like, you know, I'm over there. You know, that's two more to go. Okay. Then game 3 comes or game 4 comes and we go up 3-1. Rob's whole attitude changes. He wants to be all quiet and polite. I know you still do your little Warriors in 7, Steph Curry this, Steph Curry that. I know you. That's you. I give it to you. That's you. But your attitude and your tone against this series of my Lakers have changed. You kind of sound like Randy right now a little bit when he had that same momentum in the first series too. It's all good though. It's all good. I'm gonna talk my talk because guess what? We up 3-1, baby.
You know what, Frankie? It's not really the change in attitude or tone. It's just that I'm at work and I'm not trying to disturb everybody. That's all. I just got to be a little quiet.
I just had a question though. I know I asked Frankie the other night about it. We just wanted to know if you guys do lose, which we most likely will see you lose. Do you have a third jersey that you will be trying on?
No.
Yeah, that purple and gold.
No.
Hey,
my dog. You know, I did tell Frankie yesterday. If Phoenix somehow, which is not looking too good, if they find a way to win the series, then I am purposely going for the Lakers to beat KD. But other than that, if the Warriors lose, I no longer have a dog in the fight. May the best man win.
I call. I don't believe you. I think you got third jersey.
I don't have a dog on the fight. No.
I don't know who it's going to be yet, but
I don't know why y'all keep
firmly
thinking
believe that Jimmy Butler's jersey is going to find its way onto Rob Scott's body. I just firmly believe that.
It's either the Chicago Bulls or I'm riding with the team of my favorite player. That's it. That's how I've always been since y'all met.
Well, if I see a Jimmy Butler on you,
even in the NFL, even in the NFL, it was either the Bears or Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Them the only two teams I'm going for. Now that Brady has officially retired, I don't currently have a favorite player. So right now, the Bears have my undivided attention. All my energy is going to the Bears. But in the NBA, until Steph Curry retires and I figure out who my new favorite player is going to be, is either the Bulls or the Warriors. I don't change, brother.
Rob, I see your future. I see your future right now. I'm rubbing on the glass ball. I have my eyes closed and I got the blunt in my mouth. And the reason my eyes are closed is because the smoke is going into my eyes and I'm not. But I'm rolling. All right. I'm rubbing the glass ball and I'm seeing your future. And I'm seeing you. You're right now. You retired your Steph Curry jersey. You hung it up.
We never retired that.
I'm watching. Don't. I'm looking into your future. I'm looking into it. You're hanging up your Steph Curry jersey, right? You're hanging it up. But I also see you with your wife going to the mall and picking up your new favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers, Austin Reeves 15 jersey, because that will be your new favorite player. I see it right now.
Hey, y'all 15, baby. Oh, God. Oh, man. Wow. I can't wait till tonight, though.
Yeah,
One game at a time, baby.
It's
One game at a time.
And it's like I want to go on, like, because you know how we are. We go on the group chats. We always getting on each other and stuff like that. But when this series happened, literally, me, Mike, and Rob, we have been quiet this entire series. Like, we haven't been going back and forth. We've been quiet because anything is possible. It can, honestly, anything can happen. It really can. And even though my boys are up 3-1, I still have yet to go on there and say anything because, you know, anything is possible. Steph Curry, it's the Warriors. All right. Anything can happen, but
okay, I'll take over Lake Show duties for you, Frankie, because I don't know what I'm hearing right now. This is not the Frankie Lake Show I'm used to. I'm going to take over Lake Show duties.
I don't think the series ends tonight.
No, it don't. It doesn't.
I don't think so either. I don't either. And I told Jay this last night when we were on Unscripted. He wanted me to say Lakers in 5. I still said it just to say it. But I told him, I said, I don't want to say it because I know for a fact Golden State's probably going to win tonight because they're back at home and Steph Curry's probably pissed off. I'm not going to lie. Steph Curry's pissed off. So I feel like he's going to go off. I feel like Klay Thompson's going to do a little bit better. I feel like Jordan Poole's going to be a little bit trashier. I feel like Draymond's going to be a little bit more he's going to be a little bit more technical foul-ish. But I feel like they can get the win somehow, some way tonight, and the Lakers close it out back at home in LA.
If Jordan
I
Poole
want the
don't play
win,
good
man.
tonight, if Jordan Poole doesn't play good tonight, I think he might have to fight Steph. He might not even have to worry about Draymond. Steph might put the paws on him.
I mean, something's gonna have to happen, right? I mean, let's look at it for a second. You guys, I don't want to say you guys because you're not really a Warriors fan. You're a Steph Curry fan, so I don't want to say you guys. But if the Warriors, lose this series and Jordan Poole don't show up, are we gonna be talking about that this man should be getting like traded at some point next year, or like because the man signed money last year, like they
Who
gave
gonna
him
take that
money.
contract?
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna
Exactly.
take that contract.
Come
That's the
on. We
question.
said
Who
this.
gonna take?
We said the same thing about Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, you know what though? I can see like a Utah or somebody taking Jordan Poole. I feel like that dude is just like the biggest scam artist in the world, though. It's like, you can't be that bad in the clutch moments. It's like, dude, he act like he don't know how to dribble anymore. He can't hit jumpers. He can't hit 17-footers. He can't hit 13-footers. He can't hit floaters. I mean, dude, you had a big zero last game. Like, that's horrible. Like, one of
And you
the
know
things
why?
that the Warriors have prided themselves on is their mantra that they tell everybody. It's strength in numbers. And right now, those numbers, they've been dwindling
Oh yeah.
this season.
And I was going to ask you, how much longer do you think the Dub brothers are going to stay together before Golden State starts to go in there and make changes?
I don't think Draymond comes back next season. You're gonna keep Clay and Steph together, and you're just gonna build around that. I mean, that's your core. Both of those guys are young. I can see Steph not putting up a fuss about Draymond, but I can see him putting up a fuss about don't take Clay. You can't take Clay unless you giving me something, in place of Clay. Like you can't take away this plan without having a better plan in place. You get what I'm saying? But Draymond has shown that he's more trouble than what he's worth. Like, I agree with Shannon Sharp when he always says talent, tolerance depends on talent. The higher the talent, the higher the tolerance. But when you're not scoring and you're not playing defense and you're causing distractions, I mean, you've been a distraction all year just with the Jordan Poole fiasco, and you've done nothing all year.
Yeah.
Lower the talent, the lower the tolerance, unfortunately. So I think Draymond's gone after the season, especially if they don't win. If they win, maybe they bring him back for 1 year. If they don't win the ship, Draymond is out, and I believe that I won't say the Warriors go into full rebuild mode, but you have to start trying to bring in some pieces to help Steph because Steph ain't getting any younger either.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, for me with Clay, I understand your viewpoint on Clay, but ever since Clay's come back from that injury, and it's been 2 years now, he still does not look like Clay pre-injury. I think we've seen flashes or hints of the old Clay, but that's all it's ever been is flashes or hints, not a consistent old Clay. So at some point, do we have to say, man, Clay's not really what Clay used to be? And, should they move on and find something better? Because he's just not the same guy anymore.
Well, I don't think if you look around the league, the emphasis right now on point guards and forwards. I mean, it's not like back in the day when you had all of these two guards running around.
Right.
Not every two guard in the league right now is elite. And the ones that are elite are kind of in their situation in contracts, and these teams don't want to let them go. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going to get rid of Clay, who are you going to bring in?
Yeah, I'd have to really look at that free agent pool, or even
if you think about it, Rob, and I don't mean to cut you off, Jay, I apologize.
No, you're good. You're good. No worries.
If you think about it, if the Warriors do look to trade Clay, you can get some value. You can get picks. You can get a player. You can get somebody for Clay. A team will be willing, just to give up a bunch of stuff for Clay just because of his resume alone. This man, he is a 3-point, kind of like a 3-point prince compared to Steph Curry being a 3-point god or a 3-point king. You feel me? I mean, Klay Thompson's right there next to him. Not there, not beside him, but he's there next to him, kind of. If you
he like a couple spots in the back of the line. That's all.
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Steph Curry already got he already got the meal, he got the chicken, he got the peas, he got everything on his plate. Steph Curry's about to get ready to walk to the table, and you got Klay Thompson with his plate in his hand, ready to, just get the mashed potatoes on there. But that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like, and I feel like a team will look at that and they'll give up they'll give to Golden State a couple of picks, maybe a couple of first rounders, not 4 like for KD, which was mind blowing, but you'll get a couple of first rounders, probably a player swap or anything like that. You can get some value for Klay Thompson, and I think honestly Steph Curry will let it happen because, like you just said, Steph Curry, he's not getting any younger. The man already got 4 championships. He's already beaten the all-time 3-point scoring list. Like the man's on, he's on a historic first ballot MVP level or first ballot Hall of Fame level. I apologize for the future when he retires. So I feel like Klay wouldn't really care if the man left.
But
It'll be interesting to see.
We talk about Klay not being the same guy, but he averaged 21.9 points a game this season. That's the second highest in his career. And he averaged the most rebounds in his career at 4.1 a game. So I mean, he's still playing at a pretty high level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm with you guys. Though, like, unless you're talking about I'm getting like a Devin Booker. Give me a. Oh no, and you too, Frankie, because like you said, Klay is right there. I have to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to agree with you too much because we into it right now.
I want to say, man, hey, y'all can't be friends right now. Y'all supposed to be enemies. It's supposed to be war. This is not a war. I don't know what this is right now. This almost seems like mediation. Why are we going to mediation when we're supposed to be at war?
Hey, well, you know what, Jay? Speaking of war, before I get back on the Klay topic, let me just tell you, sir, I owe you an apology, sir. Now, I'm not going to go as far as to say I still think Embiid is the best center in the league just because of what he does defensively. But, man, bro, Joker's a dog.
I've been saying it. Bro,
Joker's a dog, boy. Lord Jesus. I was watching him last night. It's like, and DeAndre Ayton is like cotton soft. Like, like, Joker is getting whatever he wants. I haven't seen a player be that dominant in a long time. Like he say, okay, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna hold the ball up here and I'm gonna wait for one of y'all to cut. And like, there's nothing DeAndre Ayton can do about it. Joker, like, you know what? I'm gonna just back his ass down into the post, and I'm gonna score myself. It's like, I love the moment he had with the Phoenix Suns owner, just showing the personality that we all know Joker has. But just on the court, dude, if I'm DeAndre Ayton, I'm having nightmares about this man right now. Like, I am literally waking up in cold sweats. Like, please don't score me again. Like, he just gave 51 the other day.
Last night he would have got the Suns huddle and KD gave a shove.
Yeah. And we all know KD. He's like, please don't score me no more, please. I mean, didn't he just give him 51? He gave him 51 the other day, right?
Dude, this guy's averaging triple doubles in the playoffs. Come on.
He just got a triple-double last night.
Yeah, they said last night he just passed Will Chamberlain as the center with the most triple-doubles in the postseason.
It's crazy. Postseason. Not that regular shit. Postseason.
Yeah, when it counts, man. And
it don't matter. It don't matter. He didn't play AD yet. He ain't play AD yet.
Hey, you know what though? I won't lie to you. F. And that's a big F because guess what? We did beat Denver last year. But if the Lakers win, that matchup between AD and the Joker.
Oh, that's going to be epic.
That's going to be a hell of a matchup.
That's going to be epic. It's almost going to be like going back to the old, center days of Shaquille and Hakeem or, whatever, man. Just two big guys that are really talented going at it. And that's what I haven't seen that in a long time because we don't have centers like that anymore.
No, we don't.
But it's great. It's going to be great to see AD go up against Joker and just let him go at it, man. Oh, my God. It's going to be a feeding frenzy. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait.
I see what you're trying to say on that point, but I wouldn't compare it just to that. I know you're not comparing it to it. I know you're saying it kind of feels like and looks like it. But let's be real. If we go back to the Shaq and and Hakeem days, they're fighting. These guys are fighting in the paint. Like,
yeah, that's true. They are fighting. Yeah. They are fighting.
I feel like AD. It'll be more physical. It'll be more physical for AD and Joker, because let's look at who has Joker really faced up against in the paint. You had to go up against Karl Anthony Towns, who really, let's be real, was the man. Thank you. Like, did the man show up? No. Like, Anthony Davis bullied you, sir. Then you go up against, like Rob Scott just said, you're going up against DeAndre Ayton, who's soft right now, like cotton. Like he's soft like cotton. So like, he's getting what he got, and he's got a triple double right now in the postseason because of who he's going up against in the paint. He hasn't had that, that physical opponent to match up with him on the paint just yet. And I feel like if he get Anthony Davis or even Draymond Green, and it'll be more physical for him, and he'll be more in a little bit of a trouble and a little bit of a hiccup, because you got physical players over there in Golden State and in LA.
Yeah, and I think to damn, Frankie, we got to stop agreeing. But to piggyback to piggyback off what Frankie is saying, if you look at what great defenders do, what great big man defenders do, one of the most essential rules is do not let them catch the ball deep in the paint.
Absolutely.
And that is something that Draymond and Anthony Davis is good at. They're not going to let you catch it in your sweet zone. We're going to make you get out here on the top, and you're going to have to work your way downhill, or you're going to have to get rid of that ball. And see, against DeAndre Ayton, especially against DeAndre Ayton, Joker is catching the ball wherever he wants. Like, he's sealing DeAndre Ayton off. Like literally, like, he is physically imposing his will on DeAndre Ayton, and it is nothing that he can do. Like, it is nothing he can do. I'm like, he's probably looking at Coach Monty Williams now. What you want me to do? Send some help.
But Rob, let me ask you this though. We all know, and Frankie, I'm not taking shots. I don't want you to think I'm taking shots at AD. I'm not trying to, but I got to point it out though. If AD, who has an injury history, if he tries to, be physical, with a guy like Joker, could you think that's going to lead to injuries on AD? Can his body withstand being physical like that?
He's been physical in the playoffs already. He's been physical with
Jaren to the point where Joker's going to put him. No, honestly, like Rob was saying.
Listen, he's been physical with Jaren Jackson Jr., the Defensive Player of the Year, right? Let's not forget that everybody was laughing at me because at Game 1 or Game 2, or no, I think it was Game 3 in LA, where Anthony Davis ended up having a stinger in his arm and he left before halftime, but then came back and was still dominant, right? Then in a second series right now against Draymond Green, he's being physical. Let's not forget, Anthony Davis hurt his ribs. I mean, the man literally landed on Draymond Green's knees. Like, he felt like he did a freaking 5-star frog splash, and Draymond Green blocked it. Like, the man landed on his ribs and his knees. So, I mean, he's been getting hurt in this series. The man's been dealing with a lot of injuries, but he's playing his ass off out there. Excuse my language. But he's playing really hard out there. He's had a stinger in his arm. He had a discomfort in his hips there. He's been, been grabbing at his hips here and there. He hurt his ribs against Draymond. The man is still out there playing.
But that's my point. I just wonder, like, he's done it. Like you said, Frankie, you're right on everything you said. I just wonder, can he keep it going? And even if they get past Golden State and they go play Denver, can he do another series of being physical like that? Like, can his body continue to be able to deal with the pain or ignore the pain? That's a tough task. I mean, that's a lot to ask from somebody.
You know what though, Jay? I would say this: Anthony Davis, he's a unique defender where he doesn't necessarily have to get physical with you to still play great defense. Like, he might allow Joker to get a step on him, but AD is so athletic. Remember, this is a former point guard, so I mean, to his credit, he's not only been guarding the paint, but we've seen situations. Now, I know in the second quarter, Steph kind of took advantage of that, but in the fourth quarter, it posed a problem to Steph when AD switches and say, I'm going to stay on the guard. You know what I mean? So it just shows his versatility. And you're going to look at somebody like Joker. He might allow Joker to get a first step just to be able to block the shot or get the steal. I mean, right now, AD is leading the series in steals and blocks.
That's a good point. And like I said, I think it's going to be a good series. I think That's probably one of the series that I would be most enticed to want to watch, even more than the NBA Finals would be the Lakers and Denver Nuggets going at it. That series alone, to me, is the NBA Finals. I don't want to discredit what.
I can't say that because
I don't want to discredit completely what they're doing over in Philly or whatever. And I want to see that series more than anything because of the matchup. I just want to see, like you said, Joker and AD go at it. That's what I want to see. I think I'm more excited to see that particular matchup than anything else. And not just I don't want. And obviously Embiid. Okay, I'll give you that too. I see where you're going with that. But man. It's going to be good basketball. Either way, it's going to be great.
I ain't going to lie. If Philly beats Boston, Philly's going to the finals.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine
I don't see Miami or New York being able to do anything with Philly.
I mean, as long as Embiid stays healthy, Embiid can go down sometimes. You never know.
I'm not even banking that on Embiid. As long as James Harden stays aggressive.
Yeah,
James Harden stays aggressive, there's nothing you can do with Philly because Tyrese Maxey has elevated his game. You see what happened last night. Tobias Harris, he shows up every once in a while. And when he shows up, he reminds you of why everybody was so excited when Philly picked him up. I mean, they got some studs over there in Philadelphia, and they proven to be too much for Boston right now.
That's a good point. Good point.
I'm loving the NBA playoffs right now, y'all.
I am too, man.
This has been one of the.
I ain't even dogging the fight really, but man,
this has been one of the most interesting playoffs I've seen in a while because this is the first time in a while that you can say I don't know who's going to win. Like everybody has their teams that they pick, but if you look at it from a completely unbiased standpoint, you don't know who's going to win because everybody brings something to the table.
And I'll be real with you. I'll be totally real with you. The reason, and Rob, you're 100% right. We don't know who's going to win. It could be anybody. And the reason for that is because the Lakers and the Miami Heat went out and eliminated some, you got the Heat who eliminated the best team in NBA in the Milwaukee Bucks. Then you had the Lakers who came out and eliminated the Memphis Grizzlies. So you had those two low seeding teams eliminating those expectations of the high tier teams. So that was supposed to projectively to be the longest ratings in the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
honestly, and I feel like that's where it made everybody realize like, damn, I can't even know who's gonna win this shit.
It is good, and not to mention, you get. Teams like the Lakers back into the playoffs, teams like the Knicks back into the playoffs. Like, these are cornerstone franchises. It's always a good time when Madison Square Garden is rocking around playoff time. You know what I mean? It's been so interesting. I think the crowds have been amazing. I mean, when teams go home, they truly have a home court advantage. It's been great, man. It's been great. And the coverage of the game, inside the NBA has been on point. Just everything. It's all come together. This has been a great season for the NBA, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now I'm kind of itching for some football.
Yeah, you're only itching for some football. You're only itching for some football because your actual team isn't in the playoffs and the other team is actually about to be eliminated from the playoffs.
There we go. There we go. That's the Frankie I want. Make it better, man. So when I beat you, I feel so much better.
The only thing you're gonna beat is let me be respectful. I'm not gonna say it.
I think I know what you're saying.
I'll privately message you. Look at your DM.
Oh God. Hey, but thank you, Jay. I appreciate the shout out, man. I have been in the gym, man, making these lifestyle changes, man. I told my wife I'm done being fat.
Maybe Jordan Poole need to take some of your lessons and go back to the gym as well.
Hey, he better get up in that gym because I don't know what's wrong with the boy.
Hey, while you boys, the apartment we're moving to in Houston while the house is built has a gym, and it had 2 swimming pools. I told Melanie I'm about to get rid of my fat too.
There you go, man. Hey,
No,
Hey, I'm about to get to the gym and get myself back together, man. Because this little kid came up to me the other day. We were barbecuing, and he's like, I don't know, he's about 7, 8 years old, and he grabbed my arms. And he's like, "Ooh, you're squishy." I was like, "Damn it, that's it. I'm going to the gym."
Kids are brutally
You said you're
honest.
squishy. I was
Kids are brutally honest. That was a nice version, Jay. I know some kids that'll say something to you, be ready to fight a kid.
bro. Hey, he was messing with my stomach. He was pulling on my arm, saying I'm squishy. I almost drop kicked him over the fence, and then I realized he's my neighbor's kid.
That's crazy. I would have been like, "You want to feel something really squishy, kid? I'll show you some squishy."
Hey, the sad thing was Mel's over there laughing her ass off too. She's like, "Yeah, that's full of Jack. That's why."
Yeah, honestly, it is. It really is.
IP
Jack.
Jack.
Back to the gym. I don't think you're gonna. I feel like you'll go back to the gym, but I do. I also feel like you're still gonna be drinking your Jack. You're still gonna be eating your McDonald's.
Hey, who don't like some McDonald's? I don't care who you are, man. That dollar bill has got me dark.
You just got to change up a couple meals.
I like me some Burger King.
Hey, but I'm going to Texas. I'm getting Whataburger, and Whataburger is the best hamburger I've ever personally
had. Hey, Jay, don't back down. I'm sorry, Gonzo and Frankie. Hey, so Mickey D get that young spicy McChicken.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Lord.
And when Popeyes has the ghost pepper wings or whatever, oh, man.
Oh,
no. Hey, Rob, you want to hear something crazy, though? My wife, she works at elementary school. She's like, Jay, they're having ribs, mashed potatoes, and corn. And Rob, normally, if you heard of elementary school, you'd be like, Jay, come on. Bro, I don't know what they put in the food at this elementary school, but it is popping. Like I literally go back there and I just shake their hands and they're like, "Oh my God, you're like a 50-year-old man. You're not the typical customer we get." I know, but I'm here, baby, and I want all the McD sandwiches you got.
Whoa, you about to say something else? Oh my God, clip it, Chris.
Hey, Frankie is a nut. I swear to God, man. Frankie is a nut. He said, "Whoa."
Bro, hey, but for real though, man. Hey, listen, that elementary school, every time she tells me on rib day, on hamburger day, and on lasagna day, and then they have barbecue chicken, I always get a plate for the school, man. I get my winter little Monday charge for it. Damn.
Oh my God. I am too. That was hilarious. It's all good, Jay. Hey, like I told my wife, I said I ain't trying to be the Rock, but you just want to be better. That's all.
Oh, Jay just shows up to the school at lunchtime.
He talking about what's for lunch, man?
Oh my Lord.
Hey, but they do know who I am because they know my wife, and I do a lot of volunteer work at the school. And every time I go down to volunteer, they always give me plate lunches. That's how I knew about the food. So when Melanie told me, "Yo, Jay, they got Sloppy Joes up there," I'm like, man, I'm like Chris Farley.
Yeah. I'm trying to be like,
I'll be there in like 2 seconds.
Oh my God, Jay, you got a tater tot stuck in your beard.
Man, that's not the only thing. Yeah. Yeah, but no, that food is good. But back on point. I'm sorry, I did get us off on point. I apologize, but
that is so funny.
NHL though, man, holy crap! Vegas, Tony. I know Tony was putting in the comments earlier talking about Vegas, and he said, "Go Dallas." Yeah, man. Hey, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to a Vegas Dallas, hopefully, finale in that side of the conference. I hope it happens. I really do.
You think Dallas will get by the Kraken?
Well, if they play like they did last night, yes. If they play like they did the night before last, no. So it depends on what version we get up there, honestly. The other night before last when they lost and it became 2-1, it was because Dallas had a lot of penalty minutes. I mean, I think it was like 56 to like 32. I mean, it was something stupid. So if they get a lot of penalty minutes, then probably not. But the way they played yesterday, they came out aggressive. They got their goals in early. Pavelski is like amazing. And if they can come out early and get on the Kraken early, then I think, yes, we can get past the Kraken. But the Kraken are extremely fast. They have great skilled players. So if you're not careful, they can get on you just as quick. So Dallas has to come out and
I gotta go on mute.
So they're gonna come out. I don't know. Where we go with this? I don't know, man. But yeah, do I think we can get past the Kraken? Yes. But just like Minnesota, too. So
they got to play better defense, Jay, too, because
yes, they do.
The last game Dallas lost.
Shit.
The Kraken was scoring when Dallas would have a power play, and the Kraken was still scoring goals during that last game Dallas lost.
Oh my God! He said he wants some McD, and he coming on quick. Lord Jesus.
Man, hey, once you set the tone, it just never goes away.
It's not even that. I feel like you have to choose your words wisely.
Yeah, I apologize. If I used my words in the wrong way, I totally did not mean that. But from a comedic standpoint, if anybody wants to hire me for whatever, hey.
Oh God.
But no, seriously, back to point though, man. Vegas, your boys last night against Edmonton, I thought did a great job. Carolina's looking pretty good. Logan, they came out pretty quick as well.
I was really confused on that, Jay, honestly, because we were live during that last night, and at the first intermission, it was 1-1. After it was 1-1, and then we're talking, and I'm watching. I changed it, and I started watching the 76ers game because during these freaking intermissions, bro, it's like literally 45 minutes just to wait for freaking another period to start. I don't know why it takes so goddamn long. It's like they get 2 halftimes before the game is ending, but. I changed it and I started watching the 76er game, and we're talking about our topics, and then you come out and you're like at the end of the show that it's the second period and they got up 5-1. I'm like, what?
Yeah, it happened quick. It happened quick. It happened quick, Frankie. Like, I don't know, at the very end, Carolina just put it into another gear, honestly. They really did. They put it into a whole other gear and took that game. Now, excuse me, I think the final score wound up being like 5-2 or something, but Carolina's looking good. Florida Panthers are looking good. I mean, honestly, there's some really I'm a little nervous about Florida. I got to be honest with you. If I have to go up against a team on that side of the board, that Florida team is just incredible. And that's probably one team I would not want to face. I'd rather face Logan's Hurricanes than the Florida Panthers, to be honest with you, if I get that far.
Yeah, the Florida Panthers are on another level, man. And I said it from the very beginning after my team getting eliminated by them. Like, their defense is just into another level. Their head coach is on another level. Their players are just playing outstanding. Their goalie have been in the Stanley Cup before. He actually won a Stanley Cup, so he knows what he's got to do in the playoff situation, and he's playing absolutely phenomenal as a goalkeeper. I mean, the Florida Panthers are literally looking like a scary team, and it's just incredible. And I can't get mad. You can't get mad. We can't get mad. It's our first inaugural season as hockey fans, and we're just taking it in, and we're actually loving it. We're liking it, and yeah. It's honestly it's incredible. I didn't know how good and how into hockey I will get. I didn't like hockey before. I felt like it wasn't my type of sport. I used to, back in the day, I used to root for the New Jersey Devils just because my dad took me to a game before. And I felt like, since I went to a game, I felt like I liked them. But when we got together and we wanted, we decided to, like, hey, let's pick a team and start watching hockey. And I started getting into it. I like the Boston Bruins. I picked the Boston Bruins just to get away from, just to pick something different. And man, hockey is insane. I didn't know I would get into hockey the way I did, man. It's a quick sport. It's an amazing sport. It's really good. It's really a good game.
And I think if we ever figure out a way to pronounce some of these players' names, or if these players could ever get nicknames to where we can remember the nicknames, I think we'll even get into it more. It's just so hard to pronounce some of their names, and it's like, oh God, I don't know how to say their name.
Yeah.
Or we just got to remember numbers. Carolina's number 6. Now, that's a great guy. That guy has great defense. Don't know his name, but I know his jersey number.
I feel like I know right now. I can name at least 3 Boston Bruins players. Honestly, I think I can name 3, maybe 4. Other than that, the only players I can name probably good is like Sidney Crosby, or
Right.
I think that.
I think I can do the same.
Huge kid.
Yeah. I think I can give you 4. I know the goalie's Ottinger. Was it Ottinger, Marchment, Pavelski, Suter. So I can give you 4. I can give you a good 4.
I want to hear their first names too.
Oh no, we're not that good. It's taken me a year to just learn the 4 last names. Okay, we're working on last names, Frankie. But it might be easier instead of putting the last name on the back of the jersey to just put the first name on the back of the jersey.
Because they could have like a Russian-looking last name type thing, but I bet you their first name would be like Austin or freaking Anthony. Like something easy that we can pronounce. No, let's put in like some kind of in the back of their jersey.
It needs to be like the foreign exchange student program. Like years ago, me and the ex-wife, we brought a young lady in from China to live with us while she went to high school, and her name was like, bro, no, stop. Her name was like Zhang, or it was a long name. It started with a lot of X's and Z's, and I was like. And she's like, well, I don't know how to say your name. She's like, that's okay. They gave us a name assigned to us when we came here. My name is Stella. And I'm like, bet. Stella it is. And that's what we need to do in hockey. We just need to assign them American names so we can all pronounce them and we're good. Like, I know you're Pavelski, but you're going to be called Mark.
Listen, I don't mean to go off topic, but you're just saying that this woman was assigned an American name?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was an illegal immigrant. I'm sorry to say it. She came from China. Guy, hear it out. She came from China to stay with Jay and his ex-wife. He didn't know her actual name, but she was signed in an American name. That's called an undercover fake passport.
I don't know, because the agency, you go to an agency when you bring a foreign exchange student over, and they give you like this little packet or this little brochure, whatever, and it just says Stella. It gives her Chinese name, and then it says Stella, and that's what we call her, Stella.
That's crazy. Stella! Do you still keep in contact with her?
Yeah, she's friends. My whole family does. She's friends with us on Facebook. So yeah, she just graduated from University of Minnesota with some kind of degree. I don't know. It's like some kind of brainiac degree. But yeah, she's doing well. She's doing well, girl. Hey, this woman was taking all kinds of like trigonometry, calculus, physics, and all these crazy things, and she was getting hundreds on all of her tests. And I'm like, man, you're a cyborg. I don't even think she was human. I think she was like a digital computer or something and a female body. It was weird.
No, the reason why she got that is because, and I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that, but like that place over there in China, they're 100% like they're ahead of us. They are ahead of us, not just in time.
Oh, they are.
Everything, technology, everything. Like these guys.
Well, think about it though, Frankie. We go to school. What? We go to school. School starts about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. We get out about 3. Their school starts at 7 a.m. and it don't get done until 7 p.m. She said she went to school for 12 hours a day and then came home and still had homework that she had to do until later that evening. She said she go to bed around 10. So she had 3 hours of homework along with the 12 hours of schooling every day. I think
they're already learning about the 2026 war that's about to go down in a couple of years. We don't even know about it. We don't even know what's going on. We haven't been in war yet, but they're already studying about that.
I'm telling you, it's crazy. But yeah, man, NHL is it's almost as compelling to watch as NBA. In terms of their series, because there was a couple overtime hockey games that we got to see, so it's a lot of competitiveness.
There's been a lot of overtime games in the whole
absolutely
NHL playoffs. It's been crazy.
Absolutely, and I guess it just shows you how close some of these teams are in terms of their skill sets or the quality of the team, our teams. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like I honestly thought, I was like, we're gonna play the Kraken. It's gonna be all right. I don't think they're gonna be as difficult to get past as the Wild was, because the Wild was also a very physical team with us. But I'll tell you, the Kraken, and I think they give a whole different style of game. Like I said, with how much quicker they are, they have a really good quick skill sets over there. And Dallas is really adjusting to it, but I didn't want to know what Vegas is going to bring. I have a feeling Vegas is going to make easy work of Edmonton. I don't think Edmonton is on the same playing field as Vegas, so I do expect the winner of our series to play Vegas. I really do.
I feel like Vegas has got an easy road to the Stanley Cup. They really do. They can literally walk off. And I'm not just saying, because every team is easy and stuff like that. No, I just feel like that's how good Vegas is. I feel like Vegas is such a good team right now that their road to the Stanley Cup is an easy road for them.
Yeah, and it is going to be interesting to watch how either us or the Kraken, whoever, comes out of it, because right now it's tied up. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how because I do think whether it be us or the Kraken, we will give Vegas more than what Edmonton's giving them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle that. And can they get past it, and then go from there? I do think, though, that could you imagine if it was Vegas and Florida, how incredibly close and how many overtimes we'd probably see in that series?
Yeah, and with Edmonton, you have to slow their offense down. If they get their offense going, you're in trouble. If you can keep their offense
right,
because with Connor McDavid and that other guy they have, man, they can score in bunches if they get going.
Connor McDavid. I wonder what his real name is.
He just said it.
No, I think that was the name he was assigned. I don't think that's his real name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we were talking about, he probably got American names assigned to him or something. Or maybe that's Gonzo. Maybe Gonzo assigns all his players' names so he can remember who they are.
Full schedule for NFL comes out tomorrow.
Oh, me and Frankie were talking about that last night. I can't wait to see how that's going to look.
Well, we already know that the Patriots and the Colts are playing in Germany week 14.
Oh, wow. That's right. You did say that.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are playing back-to-back weeks in London. I think one of them is against I was just seeing it a little while ago. I forgot who it is. But Jacksonville got 2 back-to-back games in London. Kansas City Chiefs are going to play in Germany. I forgot who they're playing with, who they're playing up against. We have a first ever Black Friday game. Christmas game came out. It's the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants, and we also have a New Year's Eve game with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cincinnati Bengals. So hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah!
Those are the leaks that I've seen.
Well, I'll tell you, that Kansas City Chiefs and Cincinnati Bengals game is going to be hellified. I like that. I'm excited about that. I would like to see New England. I would have liked to see New England go at it with the Jets game 1. I think that would have been awesome too.
Oh, grand slam! Anthony Volpe! Go back to sleep. Grand slam for Volpe. But it's against the A's. I don't want to get too excited. Damn.
Hey, I need you to beat the A's. Keep them down in the basement.
That said, the Oilers are the best team with the power play. You can't let them have an advantage.
And I think that goes to what you were saying, Chris, that if their offense gets going, they're difficult to stop. So I think that really goes hand in hand. But I don't think Vegas is going to let that happen. I think Vegas is playing really good hockey right now. So, Chris, I'm not who's to say it can't, but I think you guys are playing real good hockey. I think you're going to be just fine.
Hey, my team. It's my dad's team.
No, man, Tony, Chris. I get those names confused all the time. I know. Look, you guys got to know, man. If I say Tony and you know I'm talking about Chris, just roll with it. Let it go. It's all good, man.
Just roll with it. Hey, that's all right. This weekend I'm going up to Comic-Con. Where I'm in Comic-Con. I'm walking back to where the wrestling is. And this girl stops me, says, hey, This is going to sound weird, but you look just like my dad. Got to take a picture of you. Her boyfriend thought I was her dad walking up. I figured out why the fuck he was at Comic-Con. So she took a picture of me so she could go to her dad. She saw I looked identical to him. I started laughing. I turned around to the guy beside me. I said, "Look, all you have to dress up here at Comic-Con. People want to take pictures with me." But it was.
That is awesome. And Tony's like, "Oh God, Chris's head just got huge."
No,
he can't even fit it hat he has.
Yeah, but I'm ready for some NFL to start back up. We got XFL championship game this weekend as well.
Oh hell yeah. That's right. The 13th. God, you see, they push it so far out. I damn near almost forgot. I'm glad you said that. Wow.
NFL does the same thing for Super Bowl. I don't know why XFL.
Oh, I know. We got the Renegades and the Defenders. Oh wow, that's gonna be good. Woo!
I won't be paying attention to that game as much as I really want to. I'm not gonna be paying attention to that game. And I don't mean to cut anybody off or go off topic. I want to give you guys a couple of days notice right now that I will not be available Saturday's show. I don't want Jay coming at me, saying that I didn't give him a warning or anything like that. I'm letting you know.
Oh, we won't be having a show Saturday anyway because Andrew, Melanie's son, is graduating college, so I'll be at a graduation. So we're chilling on Saturday. We'll be back. I'm glad you said that. So Unscripted will be back Tuesday. Yeah, we'll be back on Tuesday. We'll do the show. We're doing a show tomorrow night, and then we're back on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
man.
It's my 10-year anniversary, so I'm chilling. I'm going out.
Wait, who's anniversary?
Me and my wife. It's our 10-year anniversary.
God, Caleb been married to you for that long? Damn.
We've been together for that long.
Well, together, married, hell. Y'all are married. I don't give a damn. Piece of paper, whatever. Damn, that's crazy. Well, congratulations to Caitlin for surviving you.
More like me surviving her.
Yeah, that's an awesome, impressive feat, man. Congratulations to the both of you. Give Caitlin my love and tell her me and Melanie are wishing you guys an amazing night out.
All right, I'll give Caitlin your hate and tell her that you hope that she has a terrible night out.
Hey, don't do that.
He's laughing, but then he thought about it. He's like, yo, he really would do that.
Yeah, he would do it. Don't do that. I mean, you can say about me, but Mel, she get mad. Like, no, Frankie. No, man, I can't believe that. Freaking Cincinnati. And then you guys are playing each other in Germany. Like you said earlier, you're playing each other in Germany.
Yeah, man, we're going to Germany, baby.
Colts and oh, my Lord.
But it sucks because it's like a 9:30 or 9:45 game in the morning. So, I have to wake up early, get freaking shower, dress.
Yeah, it's an early game.
Speaking of Colts, though, Chris, your boy Jim Irsay is telling NFL teams to be careful what they're doing and don't be contacting Andrew Luck. He's still our problem.
From what I've heard, they're going to file the tampering thing against the Commanders.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I just can't believe. I mean, I don't think Andrew Luck at this stage in his life would want to even come back anyway.
I think he would.
Yeah,
you think so?
He's still young.
He's
33. I mean, he probably got, but he's been out for a while. So he's gonna, what's his conditioning like? Is he still ready to go? Or how long would it take to get him back in NFL shape?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of condition he's in right now, but I don't know if he'll play again. But he's still, I mean, the Colts still have his rights, so
absolutely
can't contact him.
Actually, in the Jim Irsay's why, I wish they were contacted because I'll take whatever draft picks, whatever I can get off here.
Honestly, no, they don't take the draft picks.
Oh, okay. So what would be the fine? So what is it just a monetary fine if you're caught tampering?
No, you will get a draft pick taken away, but the team won't be granted a draft pick for.
Oh, okay.
Because the Miami Dolphins did that last year with Tom Brady. Yeah. That's how they didn't have a first round pick this year.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, because they had the 21st pick.
That's why there was only 31 picks in the first round.
Yeah, that was right. That's right. I do remember that. Damn, that's crazy. So let me ask you one other question, if you don't mind, Chris. Jordan Love, man, obviously is making his debut this year as well. What's the expectation you guys? What expectation do you guys have for Jordan Love? Do you expect him to be, come out and be good, or do you think he's going to come out and perform poorly? What exactly are you expecting from him, Chris?
I don't. Oh man, I don't have high expectations just because I haven't seen enough of them to know what to expect. And the Packers aren't a real talented team. If you look on
right
as well, what kind of weapons is he going to have around him? I think with him, you're just hoping that he has a decent completion percentage and he's not turning the ball over a lot, and you see him get better through the season because this is going to be his first year starting. But I mean, if the Packers make the playoffs, it would surprise me. I mean, if he does that, I'd be impressed because I just think the Packers have a playoff ready team right now.
Right.
If the Packers make the playoffs, if the Packers make the playoff, I am laughing at Dustin, I am laughing at Craig, and I am laughing at Mike because they have a way better roster than the goddamn Packers. And if the Packers and Jordan Love makes the playoffs, I swear all those other teams suck.
My expectation is my realistic expectation is if Jordan Love can just come out his first season and not turn the ball over a lot, not throw a lot of interceptions, things like that. If he can control the amount of times that the ball gets turned over or limited, then I think that's going to be a successful season for Jordan Love. I think the fact that he's getting experience, he's actually on the field now, that's going to be good for him. But I think the expectation is they're going to probably finish dead last. They're going to finish dead last. And I do think as long as he can just learn from this season and not turn the ball over a lot, I think that would be, a good first season for Jordan. But Mike's giving me the crazy look, and oh my God, he has hair. Nobody you have a hat on, Mike. I don't know if I see your hair too often. So, and it looks like you got a pretty good hair. Somebody faded you up pretty decent.
The hell with the hair? It looks like you got a pretty nice body. Look at that body. Look at that chest tattoo. Oh,
Frankie,
make me want.
I jumped out the shower for this.
What's up, my beautiful buddy?
Don't you ever utter those words that the Packers make the playoffs ever again. Fuck Green Bay, fuck Jordan Love, and fuck all that bullshit. Gonzo, it's over, and I'm leaving. That's all I wanted to say. Go back.
See, he never lets anybody get something off their chest and what they got to say. I never even said that they were going to make the playoffs. I said if they do, I'm going to laugh at all the other teams.
Hey, did you see Chris over there like, damn, I'm the one that said that shit. Frankie just kind of chimed in on it. But if he wants to go off on Frankie, I'll just sit here and chill.
Whoa, wait a minute.
No, because you said it would be a high expectation or something like that if they made the playoffs. That would be, and it would be impressive. I'm not saying, yeah.
I thought they were going to.
No, but you did say if they make it. So you did leave the door open that they possibly could make it. So maybe the implication is.
Yeah. I mean, there's 32 teams that possibly can make the playoffs.
Good recovery, Chris. You're right. There are 32 teams that can make the playoffs. Chris just didn't want Mike coming back here with his rubber ducky, man, talking some smack.
Hey, there's always a chance.
There's always 1,000,000 to 1, so there is a chance.
Right.
Now with Anthony Richardson, now with his 54% chance.
53. Don't give him too much, Frankie. He's 53. We have not get to 54 yet. That would show one. No, if you give him 54, that means he made a 1% improvement before ever even seeing a mini camp. So let's hold the expectation.
You're right. That was my fault. I apologize. I did try to give him too much of a high rating, and Tony came in and said something different. You're right. I apologize. Tony, you don't have to comment. Tony. I apologize for the 54% chance. It's 53.
Oh, man.
What a time to be alive, man. What a time to be alive. But what if if we're playing what if games, what if Anthony Richardson did maybe make his way into the starting lineup and did have a fairly season?
From the reports I'm hearing, he's starting.
He is starting.
What?
It would be they would be dumb not to. They will be honestly the coach would be dumb not to.
No, I mean, hey, look, all y'all have heard me say that I feel like if you're getting drafted, you need to start. You don't need to be riding a clipboard because how do you get experience only holding a clipboard? The best experience is life, and the best experience is game experience, and you got to be out there on the field doing it.
You know who's not starting, Jay?
Who?
It's been announced that Bryce Young is not starting. Andy Dalton is starting for the Carolina Panthers.
What?
Andy Dalton is starting for the Carolina Panthers while Bryce Young.
Wow. Why would they do something so stupid? That's stupid in my opinion. That's just stupid. But hey, it's the Carolina Panthers. Go Panthers.
Andy Dalton.
I see that. Yeah, Andy Dalton is starting in Carolina over Bryce Young.
You take a guy number 1 and not going to start him. Okay.
Right? I know.
Oh, man.
Chris over there like, damn, man. Like, what the hell? Might as well just left him on the board. We could have grabbed him.
We took, even with Peyton Manning, we started Peyton Manning his first year. We took him number 1, started him. Did he have a good season? No, but look what he done the second season.
Yeah.
We took Mac Jones at 15 and we started him.
I guarantee you, CJ Stroud starting.
He is starting.
Oh, I know. I'm telling you right now. He's starting.
He's
that's
starting.
crazy they would put
Anthony
him
Richards is starting. Bryce Young is the backup. Will Levis is the third string. And Hendon Hooker is probably going to start by next year.
Shit, you never know. Hell, they may throw Hendon Hooker into the mix. No, he's Hendon Hooker. He got chosen by Detroit, correct?
Yeah. And
they're not gonna bench Goff. So yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah, and Jared Goff this is his final year on his contract.
Yeah, and if Hendon Hooker shows that he's got a lot in the tank or a lot ready to go in this, yeah, that would make Goff expendable, and it would save a lot of money on the cap by making him or by letting him go too, which means they can bring other free agents in to support Hendon Hooker.
And I feel like, and honestly, you guys, I don't know if you guys could disagree with me on this if you want, but I feel like Detroit they should be focusing on this year because of how they finished out last year. They definitely, put a different mindset for us on what this franchise can be this year. But because of the situation that they went through with the wide receivers and the defensive players being suspended, I honestly feel like that the Detroit Lions are probably going to start looking into next year now. Because next year you won't have Jared Goff, you'll have Hendon Hooker starting, you'll have your wide receivers playing from week 1, not from week 6 or week 7 or anything like that. You'll have your key defensive players back, hopefully, because they are suspended indefinitely. So hopefully they can come back by next year. And then you added some more defensive players in this year's draft. I don't think, and the reason why I say that is because they didn't attack offensively in this year's draft. If they would have attacked more offensively in this year's draft, then I can say something different. But because I didn't see that they drafted offensively that much, I feel like they're going to be more focused on next year instead of this year. So if Hendon Hooker is saying that he's ready to go and he's 100% healthy or whatever like that, I expect to see Hendon Hooker play by the end of this season just so that they can see what he got and what he brings to the NFL.
So does that mean you think that the Vikings possibly take the NFC North, especially since they brought in Jordan Addison? Hold on, but they brought in Addison, which could be a really good playmaker to go alongside Justin Jefferson and company. You don't think that? And they did bring in Flores to anchor up that defense, which I thought was a major liability for them last year. You don't think they could take the North? And if so, what do you have?
They could, but I think Detroit will be good this year. But I understand what Frankie's saying but with that being said, I still think they're going to be competitive, and have a chance to make the playoffs because of look what they did last year, and they improved their defense. And then next year, if you have Hooker and you improve that offense, you're just going to keep getting better. But I look for Detroit to be still competing for that division because the Packers are down. Don't know what we're not 100% what we're going to see out of the Bears yet because it's new. And then with Minnesota, I mean, is that defense going to be any better than last year? Last year, that defense was terrible. But I will say this about Detroit.
I do expect it to be better.
I think Detroit got a steal by getting Hooker in that draft because Hooker has the ability to be the best quarterback that was taken in this year's draft.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. I again, once Hendon is fully healed and ready to take over, I agree with you. I think he's going to pick up where he left off there at Tennessee. But my thing is, I do think that Minnesota can get there. And I want to say because I really am I'm a big believer in Brian Flores.
I'm not saying they can't, but I think Detroit will be competitive with them in that division.
Yeah, and again, Drunk even says that NFC North is the Vikings to lose. Look, I'm a big believer in Brian Flores, and I really think he can transform that defense. I think that was really a big, smart pickup for them. And I agree with him. I think it kind of goes back to maybe even what Frankie was saying, because they had lost so many of those receivers due to gambling. They didn't really pick up too much in the way to help. That I think that the lack of receivers depth could be what hurts them, even though they picked up I think it was Gibbs or Robinson. Where that Gibbs? I think it was Gibbs, didn't they? Was it Gibbs or Robinson they picked up out of Tech?
They got Gibbs.
They picked up a running back.
They got Gibbs, the running back from Alabama.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Robinson.
Yeah. That's right. So I think with Gibbs and Montgomery anchoring that backfield in the Lions, I don't know if there's going to be enough. And I do think that what Frankie's saying, when they could pick up some wide receivers or get back some of those receivers from suspension to anchor down that, I think that Detroit next year is going to be more competitive. And I'm not trying to discredit, but I just think that the lack of wide receiver depth is why I think the Minnesota Vikings is their division to lose.
That's exactly what I said. And that's exactly what I said, Jay. The Lions will be better next year than this year, but I still think they have a good enough team this year that they can be competitive with Minnesota. I'm not saying Minnesota is not going to be the better team, but I just don't think Minnesota is just going to run through that division like sliced cheese.
Oh no, I don't see them running through it. Yeah, I don't want to make it out like that.
I think the Lions are going to be a competitive team.
If I had to rank it, and what I think, and this obviously is a way early ranking, I would think it would be Minnesota, Detroit, Chicago, and Packers. Now, obviously, that could change because I really thought when back in the day with what we saw out of the Kansas City division, that we thought the Chargers were going to be really good. We thought the Broncos were going to be pretty good. We didn't know what to think about the Raiders. And then, of course, it never worked anything like that. The only damn good team that came out of that damn division was the Chiefs, honestly.
Well, the Chargers got an excuse. They had injuries.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They did have injuries.
Injuries hit them early, and injuries hit them all year.
Especially the injury to Justin Herbert, that rib injury that he got against early in the year. That affected him throughout the season.
Yes, Chris, that's a good one. But also Bosa.
Yeah, Bosa.
Losing
and then
Bosa
wide receivers with Allen and Williams.
And I thought the Chargers did a really good job picking up those three players out of TCU. Obviously, Duggan, Quentin, and then Darius. You know, obviously two of them being on. So that way, if God forbid Herbert does get injured, I think Duggan will be a good backup, a good solid backup to carry it until he can come back. But I like that. The fact that, Keenan Allen and Williams, they often get injured a lot. That pickup of the TCU wide receiver and Quentin Johnson, man, that was a big, big, big pickup for them. And if they can somehow convince Austin Eckler to not want to leave the damn team, then I think the Chargers could have a pretty good shot next year for sure.
I don't think he's going to leave the team. I mean, they gave him a request to look for a trade and stuff. I don't think other teams are honestly going to look at Austin Eckler and just try and get that trade just yet. Because let's be real. Yes, Austin Eckler is, he's a good, decent running back, and we've seen the numbers that he put up last year. They're outstanding numbers.
Right.
I don't think a team is going to go out and get Austin Eckler. For one, all these teams already have studded running backs. You got the Cowboys with Pollard, the Patriots with Stevenson. You got Jonathan Taylor with the Colts. And I'm just naming our teams because we're here and we're talking about it.
Right.
So, we're stacked. But if you look around the league as well, like everybody's already stacked with running backs. So I feel like the best thing for Austin Eckler is to right now stay with the Chargers, continue doing what you're doing, and look at what's going on. Like, you got better help now. Like what Jay just said, you got a studded wide receiver in the first round from TCU and Quentin. I mean, this man is a stud. He's going to be the guy that's taking over or going to take over for Keenan Allen when Keenan Allen is gone. So, I mean, if you look at that, I feel like Austin Eckler should put something on his shoulders and say, listen, I'm going to stay here just because, we look decent, we look better. I feel like we can do something with this squad, and then let's just go out there and play. And if you come out being a stud, you might as well just, play until your contract's done and then try and go somewhere else. You'll get a contract, no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I will tell you this, Frankie, and I'm not saying because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I was really, we obviously let go. Well, number one, we got Pollard on the injured list right now or coming off the injured list with that. So he won't be available for a few games in the season anyway. Then we let go of I'm going to say Emmitt Smith. We let go of Ezekiel Elliott. And then they bring in Ronald Jones from Kansas City, which is horrible. I was not a big Ronald Jones fan when he was with Tampa. I wasn't a big fan when he was with Kansas City. I'm damn sure not going to be a big fan of him now. I would have much rather seen the Cowboys make a play on Austin Eckler and bringing him in and then pairing him up with Pollard would have been amazing. And I think that would have gave our run game and our receiver out of the backfield game a much-needed boost considering what we gave up. So I don't like what Dallas did. I don't like what we did. We let go of Zeke, which I thought was fine. I didn't like the replacement. I would have much rather seen them go after Austin Eckler and see if we can grab him and bring him over.
Well, I'll be real with you, Jay. There's been news circulating around that, you guys let go of Zeke, but there's been possibility that Zeke might end up coming back to Dallas. He might be. Yeah,
I saw that too. I don't know. I saw an older report. I don't know if you saw anything newer than what I saw. I did see them say that. I personally think, hey, once you let the man go, unless he comes back on a super cheap deal,
he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to come back on a super cheap deal. I mean, you're a good running back. I'm not saying he's a great running back. He's still a good running back. He's that power back to where you're inside the red zone, at least from the 10-yard line, probably the 5-yard line, where you can guarantee that Ezekiel Elliott is going to get you a touchdown because he's a power running back. He really is. He's not that cutting, speeding running back that he used to be back when he came in and stuff like that. He's more of the powerhouse to just basically get you the touchdown that you need to get in the red zone. And I feel like that's what you need to get out of him. Just bring him back on a cheap deal. He doesn't want to sit down and be a free agent for a whole season. The man wants to play football, obviously. So the best thing you got to do is, go ahead and take the cheap deal. You're not going to get that major contract that you already have, obviously. That's already out of the table. So come get a cheap deal, play 1 year. If you show out, then, like I always say, if you know that you're that good and you want to get money, go back to the team, play your heart out, be dominant. Show the teams around the league, why you got into the NFL in the first place, and then hopefully, a team that's up and coming, maybe a Washington Commanders or New York Giants, if they don't get Saquon Barkley or something like that, those people will end up picking you up on like a 2 or 3 year deal where you'll get more money.
And that's the thing, running back position, because with teams devalue in the running back position now, a lot of times for running backs, their best chance to get paid more money is to stay with the team that they're with, because the running back, a lot of these teams you can pick up running backs and a lot in the draft and undrafted free agents. We've seen a lot of undrafted free agent guys, running backs, come in and have good seasons. So with that being devalued, a lot of times your best value is with the team that you're with.
No, I agree, and I think it was very much a proven theory. Look, he went out on the market. Ain't nobody bringing in Ezekiel Elliott. Ain't nobody making no plays on Ezekiel Elliott. So my hope is if Dallas does bring him back on the cheap deal, that he has a chip on his shoulder. I hope he comes back with a revenge chip on his shoulder that says, you know what? Nobody wanted me. Everybody ripped me off. Dallas is going to give me another chance. This is my home. I hope he comes back and proves a lot of people wrong through his play.
And when Pollard's healthy, him and Pollard are a good 1-2 punch because he can be your power back, and then Pollard can be more of your speed guy. So, I mean, they complement each other.
Even Drunk said it. Chris made your point. Drunk made your point. He said, not going to lie, Ronald Jones has great breakaway speed, but not between the tackles. He's garbage. And that's the thing. Pollard we already got Pollard for the breakaway speed around the edge. We need a guy that can run through the damn tackles and score on the goal line or get those tough yards. And you're right. Ronald Jones is not the guy. I don't know if Eckler was that guy, because I think Eckler probably is more of a Pollard type running back. we probably do need Zeke back. I just hope that when he does come back, if he does come back, number one, it better be cheap. Jerry, I know it will be, so I know. But number two, he better come back with a chip on his shoulder.
Drunk says Cowboys need to move on from Zeke. It does nothing for the Cowboys to bring him back.
Well, not at $16 million, but at a much cheaper deal it could. It just depends on what Zeke we get back on the cheap deal. And if you get him on a cheap deal and he doesn't give what we need him to give, they can always cut him.
Well, all right, fellas, let's get the final thoughts.
Yeah, I like what Drunk said at the end about Leonard Fournette. I agree. I like Leonard Fournette.
Is Drunk a Cowboys fan?
I'm not sure.
He's talking like he's a Cowboys fan. I'm not trying to trash him or nothing like that, but he sounds like he's a Cowboys fan. Chris, you know him.
Huh? No, I don't know.
Jay must know him then, because Jay's always drunk. Jay, you know Drunk?
No, but Drunk, I appreciate you watching the show, whether I know you or not. I appreciate you watching the show.
I'm a fan, free agent, was a Rams fan. They left my city, so yeah. Okay.
Well, hell, come on over to Dallas. Hey, we'll take you in.
No, shut the hell up. You shut that up. So he's
hey.
St. Louis. So he's from St. Louis.
Come over to the Patriots.
No. I mean, hey, if he wants to, go right ahead. I'm not Jay. I'm not gonna recruit you and bring you in and say, oh, hey, we'll open you open arms. If you want to be a Patriot, that's on you. That's totally on you. But don't come in as a Patriot fan and start cheering, 6-time champ. Nah, don't do that shit. I hate people like that. They just start becoming Patriot fans and they want to celebrate because they get 6 banners. No, you gotta watch those. You gotta live through those times, baby.
Or I will say this: it needs to be, if you're going to be switching teams or whatever, they need to, whoever recruits you, whoever you go to Jewel, it should be done like the Masons. There should be a school of knowledge that, or a booklet of knowledge that you should study, and then you should meet with the top fan base people of that team, and they should give you a test. And if you can pass, their test of all sports knowledge of that team, okay, we bring you in. It's almost like a prospect. You have prospects, and then you could be a fan once you pass the test.
Just don't do Cowboys, because if you do that, your test teacher is going to be Jay, and he's going to be asking you questions from the 1950s and stuff like that. You don't want to do.
You got to have complete history, baby. I don't want no well-rounded millennial. I want a full-on guy that is invested in Bob Lilly.
All right, let's get the final thoughts.
Frankie, you're first.
Lakers, baby. Lakers tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time. I don't know if that's anybody on a different time zone, but at 10 o'clock Eastern time, Lakers. The Yankees right now are up 11-3 in the top of the 7th. Yeah, that's all I got, man.
Did anybody Damien brought up a good question. I did not catch that. He said Henry Ruggs' sentence, do you think he'll get a second chance after he's so I'm assuming that Henry Ruggs must have got a light sentence, whatever it must have been. I didn't catch what his actual sentence was. Did either one of you guys?
Are we talking about Henry Ruggs, the guy that just freaking did the car crash and killed the lady?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are we really talking about? Hold on, it just came out. Hold on. Henry Ruggs plead guilty to DUI resulting in a death, face 3 to 10 years in prison.
So it depends on what side of that 3 to 10 he gets, I'm guessing.
He's not coming back to the NFL.
No, I don't think he's coming back to the NFL. No, I don't think he's coming back. No, I'm not talking about that. No, hell no, he ain't coming back to the NFL. Well, I'm just curious as to how light of a sentence he got. Like, how do you get 3 to 10 for taking somebody's life and watching them burn in a car?
Plea deal. It's a plea deal. That's why I just read it. It's a plea deal.
I'm sorry. My anger about that whole 3 to 10.
No, I get it. I get you. It's a plea deal. I feel like he doesn't get there. I feel like he does probably like 6 or 7. He didn't get 10 years. It's 3 to 10 years. I literally just read it. I just read it to you before you commented on it. All right, it's 3 to 10. He didn't get 10. It's 3 to 10.
He'll probably get closer to 3, and then you got to figure there'll be an early out for probation.
Yeah, but I don't. And the reason why I said that is because, you read Damien's thing and he said, will he get a second chance after he serves his sentence?
No.
Hell no.
Mm-mm.
No, he won't.
Mm-mm.
The man will go down now in the rest of his life as a murderer. And it's really sad to say because this man is a star. He's a star wide receiver. He really is. He could have been a really good wide receiver for the future. He's so young. He could have been like the next DeAndre Hopkins or Devontae Adams. He could have been one of those guys to be in the NFL. But he's gonna be now known as the rest of his life as a as a murderer.
Yeah, that's what I think he gets. I bet he gets 5 years, and I bet you he's out at 2.5 for good behavior or whatever. Hypocrisy, Jones. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
This is hold on. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, because this is the stupidest thing he's ever said. Why should Big Ben get a second chance and not Ruggs? Big Ben is not a murderer. He went to court and got no. He was not guilty. He was not guilty.
He's a rapist.
He's a rapist,
though. He's not a murderer, but he's a rapist, though. Hey. My bad.
He's not a rapist. He got pleaded not guilty.
Yeah, okay. Money, money, money. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh man, hey, you can't if he's not convicted. We weren't there. I'm not saying Big Ben's a saint. I don't know if he's a saint. I don't know what he did.
I was there.
Unless you're there, how do you really know? I mean,
I was there.
He was not there.
If you were there, why didn't you stop him then?
I was scared.
He wasn't there. He was still running around in front of his front lawn.
Hey Jay, will you close out the show for me?
Hey girl.
Yeah, I got you, man. I got you.
All right, I'm gonna jump off because I gotta get ready for my next show here in about 10 minutes.
I'll bet you do, Panama Red. No, hey. Wow, he went to the bottom corner. No, hey, we do got to do some final thoughts, unless Frankie's going to close it out because I got to go pick up Melanie from work. Frankie, you were in the middle of final thoughts.
Nah, I don't really got much, man. Like I said, Lakers Warriors tonight. Hopefully we can close it out and get ready for the Western Conference Finals.
And then beautiful, sexy, out of the shower, fully dressed Mike Hughes. What's up, baby? Final thoughts.
Smell mad good, bro.
You do kind of smell good. I can scratch and sniff my touchscreen right now, and it's amazing.
Savada Dior. But anyway. My final thoughts are Warriors in 7. The script is being written right now. Going to get their lick back on Braun for 2016. I'm excited about it. But that's cap. But, I'm very excited. Frankie and I were talking about it all day. Connor Bedard to the Chicago Blackhawks. That's a fact. That's not. It's not cap. It's not a question. It's a statement. Connor Bedard is a Chicago Blackhawk. Unless
it's not a projection.
God, something horrible happens. But it's great to continue to mess up the Anaheim Ducks and everything they try to do. They missed out on Sidney Crosby with the number 2 pick, and they missed out on Connor Bedard. So it's great to keep that trend going because fuck anything that comes out of Anaheim. And yeah, man, I'm just living my life. We're having a good day. Gonna go do some Sky Media. And we gonna be back real soon, and you just gonna have to feel me.
You gonna be back real soon. The Warriors are not going to be back real soon. I didn't know that. First shot taken.
That's probably a fact. That's probably.
Hey, real quick, Bob, before we get out of here, I do have one question. We were talking about, who do you think will win the North? How do you see the North playing out? And if you had to rank the teams, first place to last place, how do you see the North looking?
I think Green Bay's at 4 right now. I think that's really a consensus. It's not really an argument, unless something devastating happens to one of these other franchises. But I think three is the real big question mark for a lot of people, and I think that's the one a lot of people are. 1 and 2 is a lot of people feel different ways, but 3 is kind of like everyone's list is different. Personally, myself, I'm a Dan Campbell fan, as a culture setter, as a guy who's really there to be a player's coach. But schematically, I'm not really a really big believer in Dan Campbell. The stat guy tells me I got to get better at my analytics all the time. And the analytic fact for that is 2021, you lost 7 games straight. And then 2022, you lost 5 games straight. So I haven't really seen that change happen. You beat Green Bay in your last game of the year and still missed the playoffs. So I don't know why we were acting like they won the Super Bowl. So I have the Lions at 3. I have the Vikings at 2. I have the Chicago Bears at 1 because fuck everybody else in the North, because that's how it's going. And that guy right there, my man Justin Fields just got a degree yesterday. What the fuck has Kirk Cousins done lately? I don't want to fucking hear anything about it. Yeah, man. Aaron Rodgers is out here doing acid and edibles, and my guy Justin Fields out here getting a degree. Canceled. Your mama. I'm gone. That's it. That's how Justin Fields looking at Kirk Cousins this year.
But, Mike, and this is a big if, but if Justin Fields walks away from the game when he retires and he doesn't have a ring, you got to. Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now. Rodgers gonna be giving them edibles a nice try because you might have got a degree, but baby, I got the ring.
Cool, you got the ring.
He got 1, but there's still 1. He got 1 degree. He got 1. But again, I honestly hope Aaron Rodgers burns. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Everybody knows I hate Aaron Rodgers, but yeah, I get that. All right, folks, man, it's been another great day. It's been a great day for Mike Hughes as he did get the number 1 draft pick in the NHL lottery. So he's riding high right now. Hopefully he wants Golden State to get their backs off the wall with the 3-2. We'll see if that comes to fruition tonight. Lakers is Frankie's team, and he is definitely looking for that win on his 4th to be smoked. I just want the Astros to win and just get back into playoff contention. Or not playoff contention, just get back into contention in our division because we are horrible. Catch Unscripted tonight at 7 p.m.
Tomorrow night.
I apologize. Tomorrow, my days are off. Unscripted tomorrow at 7 p.m. Gonzo right now is on the Afternoon Blitz. You can check his Afternoon Blitz. Easy Money. You can catch him on Easy Money. And we're back on the Afternoon Blitz tomorrow, 1 p.m. You guys have a good night. And
Lakers. Warriors.
Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information, hitting the airways.